Hi everybody and welcome back to Kevin's Upfront Opinion. Now today I thought I'd speak about Michael O'Leary and Rachel Reeves, because if you haven't heard, Michael O'Leary has been talking about Rachel Reeves in his press conference yesterday, when he was primarily talking about his airline, about how they've done over the last 12 months, how they see that they're going to do in the next year, new planes that have been ordered, all the usual rubbish that CEOs and businessmen come out with, talk about, when it's end of year and everything. Basically say how well they've been doing. And then he decided to talk about Rachel Reeves as well, at different stages during his press conference. So what did he have to say? Well, it was quite interesting what he had to say, because he absolutely bashed her. Can't see him voting Labour at the next election unless they turn things around. But he'd mentioned that he'd emailed her, wrote letters to her, and the Treasury as a whole, basically saying how much harm they're doing to the economy, what an awful job they've done so far, how much damage they're committing to the aviation industry, and saying what a load of BS they're talking about when they say that they're going to bring in all this money into the economy and grow the economy by doing like the third runway at Heathrow, expansion at Gatwick potentially, and lots of other airports. So what does he know that nobody else knows? Because she's adamant, I think Gatwick, extension of something like 12 metres or whatever it is going to bring like an extra £1 billion into the economy. Well, what he claims is the reality is, if you go and do a third runway at Heathrow Airport, which is one of the busiest airports anywhere in the world, busiest in Europe, one of the busiest in the world. Don't think it is the busiest, but it's one of them. It's not going to be until 2050. Well, he said approximately 2040 to 2050 before it's built, which is going to be long after the Labour Party get voted out and some other party takes over. Whether that's Reform, whether it's Conservatives, who knows? It could even be the Lib Dems for all we know. Okay, but the reality is, it is not going to get done anytime soon. So, by his take on it, is just bringing in spin, trying to put in a feel-good story to make people feel better. And then he went on to basically say what a lousy job she's doing. And then it made me think, is he right? Is she doing an awful job? Wow. When I look at it, when the Conservatives left, the economy was growing. It was growing. Now, it's going backwards. It's either stagnating, basically, there's no growth whatsoever, but not minus, as in like you would get a recession, but there's no growth whatsoever. And a lot of that you could put on Rachel Reeves. I'm sorry, but you could. By getting the aviation industry, things getting increased, bus prices being, bus companies being told to increase prices. That's fair enough. National insurance, with the employer's contribution side, that being changed. There's lots of things that are going on which are going to affect the economy at the end of the day. So, then it brings me on to my second part. Now, I know Keir Starmer's already said but she'll be there for as long as they're in power. So for the next 5 years. So she's got a guaranteed job for 5 years. But in any other industry, especially if you're in the private sector, if you do a lousy job and you're incompetent of doing your job, you're out the door. You're sacked. So is there an argument that she should be replaced? Should he actually look for somebody else? Now, I know the argument is that Keir Starmer won't replace anybody or sack anybody, whether it's because he ain't got the balls, to be honest, unless you've previously committed a crime, you resign yourself, or you're getting mixed up in allegedly a corruption case somewhere else in the world, which is more to do with your own personal family. No evidence that it is to do with her. Otherwise, there's no way you get sacked by Keir Starmer, no matter how bad a job you do. But with the job that she's done so far, is there an argument she should be replaced? God knows who you would replace her with, and get somebody else in to do the job. So that's what I'm going to ask. So let me know in the comments down below if you think Michael O'Leary is correct, but she is doing an awful job. And if somebody does need to replace her, if Keir Starmer does need to grow a pair of balls for the first time in his life and do what some people would say is the right thing, sack her ass and get somebody to actually do the job that needs to be done. So let us know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like and share and subscribe as well. So, but for now, thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you again a bit later.